Why do you claim to speak for LGBT people, women, and ethnic minorities, but when LGBT people, women, and ethnic minorities disagree with you, you harass them?
DJ, come on. You said it yourself. They disagree with me. That means they're wrong. They should be burned at the stake.
Do you realize that your war on language through political correctness has made you bedfellows with true rape culture? In other words, Islam, the world's most misogynistic ideology.
Excuse me, sir, please. Facts are Islamophobic.
Why are you afraid of dissenting opinions?
What makes you think that the power of censorship that you are so desperately trying to establish now will at no point be used against you?
Because, SJW is just... It's a bit of a misnomer. We're not really warriors. Warriors, they're not afraid to fight. People who are okay with things like freedom of speech are okay with it because they understand that any idea that enters into the marketplace will have to be tested against the virtues of reason and rationality and sound debate. And if it fails that test, then it'll be cast aside and mocked. But us SJW types, it's just not the same for us. We're afraid of dissenting opinions because, we don't know how to fight them. So we'd rather just shut everybody up.
Do you want women to be equal, or do you want women to be a protected class? You can't have both. If you expect society to treat women as equal with men, why don't women have to take responsibility for their own safety?
Because I am a special snowflake, and all people must cater to my whims. And if they don't, I'm going to make a big hissy fit about it, because that's what I've done my entire life, and if I don't get my way, I'm just going to rely on the empathy of other people to come solve all my problems.
What are you afraid will happen when you leave your safe space?
Oh god. Oh, I can't even think about it. Oh god, triggered!
How can you possibly justify the idea that it's somehow racist to disagree with Black Lives Matter, and yet it's not racist when a black person tweets something like, "Kill all white people"?
What is reverse racism?
Oh, now you fucked up, white man. Now you fucked up. I know this one. Reverse racism ain't a thing because black people can't be racist. Because of history and shit.
Here's a question. Are you aware that the present is not the past?
Oh, that's Cass. His old flash. I'm living in the future, so the present is my past.
I'm not kidding. Are you familiar with the concept of linear time? Because you seem incredibly comfortable traveling back through time to talk about how bad things were for women, or black people, or whoever. And then by using some form of SJW magic, you then claim or imply that those problems in the past exist today.
Linear time's oppressive. Yeah.
Do you really think you can spend your entire life in a state of perpetual emotional immaturity? Do you actually imagine that you will be able to stretch out your adolescence for your entire existence?
What's that, bearded Englishman? No, I can't hear you from the confines of my safe space.
What do you hope to gain by bringing back racial segregation?
Well, I just want everybody to know that I'm totally not a racist, and because I'm not a racist, I'm totally not in favor of anything racist. And I think that people should be segregated based on their race, because I'm not a racist. I just want everybody to know.
How can you possibly say that the phrase "all lives matter" is somehow racist? It sounds like something the Dalai Lama would say.
Well, that's because the phrase "all lives matter" includes white men. And they're the biggest racists of the bunch.
So if a drunk man sleeps with a drunk woman, the woman is incapable of giving consent, but the man is?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, all men are rapists. And when you're drunk, you're not responsible for your actions, unless, of course, you're a man. And on top of that, it's way too hard to have to accept the fact that you may have made a bad decision. That's why you get drunk in the first place, so you can absolve yourself of any sort of responsibility.
Is it really easier to spend your life attempting to pacify the world and subdue all around you, instead of accepting that you are the person who has to change?
Well, I'm not very good at things like math and science and practical applications of knowledge as a means of creating a better world or something like that. But I can sure as shit complain about what other people do.
When I'm singing along with rap music, is it okay if I say the word nigga?
No, definitely not. You know, that's the first trigger word, by the way.
What is your favorite song to sing really loud when you're confronted with a different point of view?
Because you know that you're wrong, and you know it ain't right, but you'll be damned if you go quietly into the night.
Why do you feel entitled to control what artists and entertainers are allowed to express? Why do you think your sensibilities should be placed above the sensibilities of actual creators?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. You see, we're completely inept at creating anything worth watching or listening to. So when we see other people who have the ability to captivate an audience by creating something that is worth watching, we get really jealous. And because we get jealous, rather than try and improve ourselves as people and get better at these things by improving our skills, we decide that we just want to criticize those people until they conform to what we believe they should be doing. It's really just a reconciliatory mechanism in order for us to forget our own shortcomings.
Have you ever considered that using the terms racism and sexism as haphazardly as you do to describe everything under the sun that makes you feel uncomfortable devalues the word to the point that it actually hurts the people who actually suffer from real sexism and real racism? Have you ever fucking thought of that?
Yeah, it's a pretty tough words coming from a racist, sexist Islamophobe. Huh? Yeah. How you like them apples?
Have you guys tried drinking this shit? It's great.
You know, it's the craziest thing. I did. You know, I really did. But they kicked me out of the safe space because they said bleach is racist. Makes everything too white.